Okay, picture this. A hotel. A really grand, beautiful hotel. And it's completely full. But what if I told you that at this hotel, no vacancy is, well, more of a suggestion than a hard rule? Let's check into a place that is seriously gonna bend your mind.
I mean, really think about it. A hotel, every single room is taken. The neon "no vacancy" sign is glowing bright red. Then you show up needing a room. And what if, right behind you, an infinitely long bus with an infinite number of guests pulls up? Sounds completely impossible, right? Well, maybe not.
So, this is the setup for a famous thought experiment by the mathematician David Hilbert. He dreamed up the Grand Hotel, this magnificent place with a countably infinite number of rooms. Room 1, Room 2, Room 3, and they just keep on going forever. And on this particular night, it is completely, 100%, infinitely full.
And here's our hero for the night, the hotel manager, who is probably thinking he's in for a quiet shift. The hotel is at capacity, a state of perfect, infinite fullness. But then, the front door swings open. A brand new guest walks in. They want a room. Uh-oh. How is that even possible?
So what's the manager gonna do? Just turn them away? Nope. See, this isn't just any hotel. It's a place where the rules of logic get a little stretchy. But seriously, how? How do you just magically create a room out of thin air when you're already full? The manager doesn't even break a sweat. They have this simple, honestly brilliant plan. They get on the hotel's intercom and say, "Attention, all guests. Could everyone please move from your current room, let's call it room N, to the next room over, N+1. And since there is no last room, everyone can just shuffle down one spot. And just like that, room 1 is now empty, ready for our new arrival. Genius."
All right, problem solved. The manager breathes a huge sigh of relief. One guest? No problem. But just as they're about to put their feet up, they hear a low rumble from outside. And that is definitely not thunder. That is the sound of a much, much bigger problem rolling up to the front door.
A bus pulls up. But this is not your average bus. Oh no. This bus is infinitely long, and it's packed with a countably infinite number of new guests, and every single one of them wants a room. Okay, now our manager is really starting to sweat.
This feels impossible, right? I mean, that old trick of just moving everyone down one room, that's not going to work. You can't just do that an infinite number of times. So how on earth do you fit a whole new infinity of people into an infinity that's already full?
But our manager, they just stay calm. They pull out a little notepad, tap their pen for a second, and then this little grin spreads across their face. They've got another plan. And this one is the key to this whole crazy paradox.
Okay, this is where it gets truly amazing. The manager gets back on the intercom with a brand new announcement. Every guest currently in room N is asked to please move to room 2N. That is, double your current room number.
And would you look at that? It's like a magic trick. All of the original guests are now tucked away nice and neat into all the even-numbered rooms, 2, 4, 6, 8, and on and on. So what does that leave open? All of the odd-numbered rooms. Room 1, 3, 5, 7, an entire brand new infinity of empty rooms, just waiting for the infinite guests from the bus. Unbelievable.
So let's just process what happened here. We took a full infinite hotel, added an infinite number of new guests, and everyone fits? This is the wild world of transfinite arithmetic. What we just saw is that infinity plus infinity is still infinity. It makes absolutely no sense to our brains, but the math is perfect.
So we've seen how the manager pulled it off, but the bigger question is, why does this even work? What is it about the very idea of infinity that allows for this kind of mind-bending trick? Because this isn't just a gimmick, it shows us something really fundamental about what infinite actually means. So here's the secret sauce. An infinite set is special because you can take just a piece of it, like only the even-numbered rooms, and you can match it up perfectly, one-to-one, with the entire original set of all the rooms. Just try doing that with a regular 10-room motel. You can't. It's impossible. Yeah, for everything we deal with in our normal lives, the ancient Greek mathematician Euclid had it right. The whole is always greater than the part. If you have 10 apples and you take some away, you have fewer apples.
duh. But with infinity, the part can actually be the same size as the whole. We literally just proved it. The set of all even rooms is just as big as the set of all rooms. It breaks your brain, right?
Now, right when you think you've finally got it, there's a twist. Our manager is probably feeling pretty good right about now, like they can solve anything. But a final challenge is about to arrive that even their clever tricks can't handle. Because, as it turns out, not all infinities are the same size.
You see, the infinity we've been playing with, the hotel rooms, the bus guests, that's what's called a countable infinity. You could, in theory, make a list of all of them, even if the list goes on forever. But there's another kind, uncountable infinity. These sets are so incredibly dense that you literally cannot make a list of them. Think about all the decimal numbers between, say, 0 and 1. There's just too many.
So, final challenge. What if a new bus pulls up, but this time it's carrying a guest for every single real number? The mathematician George Cantor actually proved that you cannot solve this. You simply cannot make a one-to-one list matching the room numbers to all the real numbers. There are fundamentally demonstrably more of them. It's a bigger, beefier, more powerful kind of infinity.
And at this point, our heroic manager finally has to hang up that no vacancy sign and mean it. All those brilliant shuffles and reshuffles, they only work for countable infinities. When faced with an uncountably infinite number of guests, there is no mathematical trick in the book that can make them all fit. The Grand Hotel has finally met its match. You know, this famous quote from George Cantor, the guy who figured all this out, just perfectly captures the feeling, doesn't it? The logic is totally solid, the proofs all check out, but the results just seem to fly in the face of everything we think we know. It's one of the most beautiful and humbling things in all of math. And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought. Hilbert's paradox, it's not really about a hotel, of course. It's a tool that's designed to stretch our minds. It proves that the world of logic and math is so much stranger, so much more vast than what we see in our everyday lives. It really makes you wonder what other things that we all just assume are impossible are really just waiting for the right way of thinking to become possible.